YouTube? It's your boy Wham from Who Invited, bro. We finna tune into this little video right here, man, called Atlanta's Deadliest Game. You feel me? I guess this got to do, like, you know, with, I guess, the Atlanta rappers, man. You know, the ATL rappers, man. Lil Baby, Thug, and all them, man. They little beef and stuff they got going on over there in Georgia. Yeah, we finna tune in, see what's going on, man. Get some little insights. I hope y'all enjoy this video. Like and subscribe, man. Y'all tune in. Let's get into it.
Playing with the mall. That's what happens when you play with the mall, man. We acting like you couldn't die for any kid, man.
Tonight, 5 members of Atlanta's Goodfellas gang are headed to federal prison.
A member of the Goodfellas gang.
Hey, man, if y'all got some little weed, you know, something rolled up, you know, your bong or something, man, hit that little weed, man. You know, spark up, man. Spark up right now, man, while we tuning in. Hit my little, you know.
Your judge has thrown out 2 murder convictions against an accused gang leader convicted of double murder.
I never killed nobody. Never.
Whoa, what the fuck going on? Y'all niggas know what the fuck is feel, man, in the building. Oh, shit, more words.
She has spent the last year waiting for answers. Why and who would shoot and kill her son, DeMarlon Nuke Norwood?
5 years ago, someone gunned down the rapper Lil Marlo.
There's so much going on in that apartment complex.
Marlo was cold. But Marlo used to be talking that talk, man. Him and Baby first came out. I don't remember. R.P. Marlo.
They're all throwing up gang signs.
So what's the deal with the Goodfellas tattoo on your stomach?
You got little kids in the video throwing up these gang signs.
Bankroll then points the rifle at the car.
2 teens were murdered last year. Again, another teen dead.
This bitch say fuck rock and fuck red, my nigga.
If you've ever stepped foot in Atlanta, or anywhere across the surrounding areas of Georgia, there's a good chance you've heard the name Goodfellas Mob, also known as 10 letters, standing for Goodfellas. A name that has echoed through Atlanta's streets and Georgia's prison systems for decades. But what started as a street organization in the early 2000s would eventually grow into something far bigger and far more complicated. Robberies, violence, murders, prison politics. So much so that authorities would eventually create specialized programs to deal with the violence allegedly connected to the organization inside Georgia's correctional facilities.
He like said, well, them GF niggas, they tearing some shit up. I say, GF? Who the fuck is GF?
Yeah.
He like, man, you don't know what GF niggas is?
Yeah.
And he told me a name. He said, that's like one of the head dudes.
Yeah.
I said, man, that's my partner.
Yeah.
I said, that's my partner there, man.
Yeah.
He like, yeah. He said, oh, yeah, them young niggas deep, and they tearing shit up, my nigga.
I heard.
That's when I first heard about them.
Yeah.
But the real story of Goodfellas isn't just about crime. It's about generations, different eras, different faces, different crews, all operating under the same 10 letters. And as GF expanded, its influence allegedly reached further into Atlanta's streets, music scene, and underground culture. From young rappers whose alleged initiation were documented by fans.
Yeah, y'all stop talking about my hair for around with y'all pussy at the real.
And I'm at Rice Street, yeah, and I just, y'all fat for real, the real one.
Eventually going on to popularize certain terms and lingo that became an image of his brand, like the "whoa" phrase you'd commonly hear GF members shouting, which is like a greeting amongst others members within the gang, including being involved in incidents in the city involving children as young as 13 affiliated with the Goodfellas mob and one of the most controversial tragedies in the city. And as time went on, it seemed like plenty more adolescents affiliated with Atlanta's most dangerous crew just continued to pop out of the woodworks. including popular figures like Lil RT, who went viral all over social media at 9 years old for a freestyle that changed his life forever.
And she said today, if bitch, she gonna get the fuck out of my shit. Hit it with block, take the fuck down.
Even going on to be featured on huge platforms like CASKET's streams. The world not knowing that Lil RT hailed from one of the most infamous mob hoods in the city, which also ties to notable buzzing figures in the scene like Lil Tony, whose troubled past that almost led to him losing his life as well as encounters with the law became part of his story, before he eventually went on to change his life for the better.
I got shot sometimes.
7?
Yeah.
You survived?
I got shot sometimes. After reading the Book of Revelation, in the Book of Revelation, and I had to curse my daddy. Yeah, like I had to, I cussed him out because we had gotten into an argument, and I go outside and I had just picked up the Book of Revelation. I got shot sometimes. So that's how I knew that was a real revelation as well.
And then there were the names nobody expected to see connected to the conversation. Young Thug, YSL. Some of Atlanta's biggest stars and most influential figures have been rumored or alleged to have crossed paths with the organization in one way or another, and it didn't even matter if you were affiliated. Because GF's history of sliming each other out and pretending nothing happened has been a big part of their reputation for years. But here's the question. How did Goodfellas become this powerful in the first place? Where did the original GF come from? Who built it? And how did a movement that started within Georgia's correctional systems became the
Them Atlanta prisoners, boy. Them motherfuckers different. See, I'm from California, Los Angeles, Watts, shit. We got our rough. Them niggas getting big ass machetes in that motherfucker. Boy, I need me a knife soon I land in that.
Deadliest organization in the city. Because to understand Goodfellas, you have to go back to the beginning.
Big ass katana swords in that motherfucker. Oh, bro.
If you ask natives from the city how Goodfellas started, you'll probably be answered with multiple stories from their notoriety and influence caused around county jails, prisons, and some of the most infamous hoods in Atlanta. But you'd also always hear that their story began decades ago, just around the time where legends of the old Atlanta were beginning to go extinct. Before Atlanta was the city to host the 1996 Centennial Olympics that caused some of the city's oldest and beloved projects to either be redeveloped into safer communities or completely demolished. Atlanta was known as arguably one of the most dangerous cities in America, a title that was earned, unfortunately.
It wasn't long before murder and mayhem became a way of life.
He ran right by my car and blood was just shooting out of his body. That guy shot him and he fell dead right before my face.
The 650-unit housing project was never great, but when drugs took over and gangs claimed turf, it went from bad to horrible in a hurry.
They would shoot and cut and stab and kill each other. That's what they did.
By 1995, the crime rate was 18 times the national average.
However, when the city decided to begin rebuilding itself for the better, that's when we began seeing some of the more modern politics familiar with the Atlanta today, with the most dangerous crews from this era being a product of their violent upbringings in some of the most crime-ridden areas in the country. That's what makes the story of GF so interesting, yet complicated. Because in the case of the mob, their history sort of intertwined from two different sets from decades ago, which were affiliated with the same person, or yet the same family. And with that, GF's roots were tied to some of the most wild incidents occurred in Atlanta that would sadly shape the city's politics into what it is today, being documented since as early as 2004, which officials claim was also when these crews were formed. The Goodfellas mob actually originated along a notorious street gang known as 30 Deep, which was probably the most dangerous crew in Atlanta throughout the mid-2000s.
Because he accepted a plea deal. Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie is live in downtown Atlanta, and this involved the once notorious street gang, Mark, 30 Deep.
Yeah, Deputy Fulton County DA.
Wasn't it a rapper named 30 Deep? Light skin. I don't know 30 Deep. Was he from Atlanta?
Told me today that one of his gang experts told him 30 Deep was a major reason Atlanta police started its gang unit years ago. And evidence about the gang would have been introduced at a retrial if it had been needed, but now it will not.
And this wasn't no exaggeration. Even appearing in the 2011 National Gang Threat Assessment, being the first major crew to be mentioned from Georgia. 30 Deep quickly built a feared reputation all across Atlanta. Formed as a set of Sex Money Murder and Billy Badass, or 9 Trey Bloods during the early stages of Atlanta's massive blood wave that seen many Bloods from New York gradually spread across the East Coast. From the words of the Atlanta PD themselves, they've done everything to homicide, to burglaries, to robberies, continuing to state all 30 Deep's criminal activity is treated like a business, selling the stolen items off to make even more money. In the words of authorities, they've done it all. However, 30 Deep like to crash out in style, literally. As one of their infamous crimes that became notorious with their reputation included smash and grabs, a term from which associated with young niggas as a way of striking, going up to a car and smashing the window in to take one's belongings inside. Nah, these niggas were literally stealing cars just to smash them into storefronts to loot multiple businesses.
Smash and grab burglaries. The latest crimes happened overnight at 2 Foot Locker.
Sound like a white man. Like you saying, saying nigga like that.
Stores, and police say 2 members of the notorious gang 30 Deep were involved. Fox 5's George Franco is live on the scene now with details. George?
Amanda, this Foot Locker store on Metropolitan Parkway is boarded up tight after some smash and grab burglars got in early this morning. We're told the store is going to reopen tomorrow, but not after heavy security was put in place tonight. Work crews spent the day fixing storefronts at 2 Foot Locker stores that were hit by smash and grab burglars in the early morning hours. One store on Metropolitan Parkway, the other on Campbellton Road, several miles away.
It just gives a bad stigma to the area.
Javaris Brown owns the barbershop 2 doors down the Foot Locker on Campbellton Road. He says he and other merchants are concerned Foot Locker and other chain stores could leave after a series of burglaries and robberies. Atlanta police say shortly after the 2 stores were burglarized, they arrested 6 suspects, 4 juveniles and 2 adults. Police say 2 are confirmed members of the 30 Deep gang, which has been linked to other high-profile crimes in Atlanta. Sean Bunkley, who owns Keller Sports, says he's not sure who burglarized their store last year, but he says the 30 Deep gang isn't helping.
Authorities claim that the 30 Deep gang formed and originated in the Mechanicsville neighborhood in Zone 3, near the former Turner Field Braves Stadium, currently known as the Center Park Stadium. And if you're familiar with the Atlanta scene, then you'd know that Mechanicsville is the neighborhood former YSL affiliate and online persona Lil Woody hails from. Something Woody proudly made very known throughout his career.
So look, my mom died on this street right here.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I grew up in this street and in this street right there. My grandma had a house right here. My had a house on that, then the street right
So this is really your stomping grounds?
right here. This is why it's always first. This is the bottom end of Mechanicsville.
However, his very own affiliations to the 30 Deep gang is something he tried to avoid throughout his rise due to his legal troubles. Yet he couldn't.
Heard of 30?
You said, have I ever heard of 30 Deep?
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's 30 Deep?
What you mean?
How have you heard of that term, 30 Deep?
How have I heard of the term 30 Deep?
Yes.
Can you ask me in a way I can understand?
Sure. You said you've heard of 30 Deep. You said you've heard of 30 Deep.
I know about 30 Deep.
Okay, what do you know about 30 Deep?
What you mean? What do I know about it?
All right, you can go ahead and rephrase that.
What is 30 Deep?
My neighborhood.
You can even find old throwbacks of a young Woody in Mechanicsville with other notable 30 Deep members before the fame.
Woody low-key helped them niggas. He helped Thug get out of jail, for real. By just like that, he's stupid. If it wasn't them making stupid, I don't know.
As we find out that these deep roots to 30 Deep would go on to play a part in what would make them affiliated with some of the richest and most powerful crews in the city. 30 Deep operated like an alliance of multiple cliques formed around the Mechanicsville neighborhood, where throwbacks dating back to 2011 can be found of 30 Deep members walking through their hood while shouting out multiple cliques within the gang such as YRC, Radrich, Bird Gang, Raleigh Clique, DRC, Lady 30, Jack City, or Jack Boys, seemingly paying homage to neighboring community Pittsburgh, which natives refer as New Jack City. And you can even see them shout out GF at the end.
Hey man, what it do, Rolly? It's real Rolly Rad Rich, motherfucker. You already know what's going on, man. First City Bird Gang still motherfucking fucking right. Mob shit.
A notable family of 30 Deep, which authorities would later confirm as the creators, was the Redding family. More specifically, a man named George Redding, who's become known by authorities as one of the most dangerous men from Atlanta. A reputation that wasn't just given for no reason. That fear in the streets and how active they were also came with credibility and respect all across neighborhoods, which eventually made way to county jails and prison yards. And it would be from George Redding himself, the alleged leader of the 30 Deep gang's allegiance to his crew, that would result in many 30 Deep members coming home as well as evolving into sets we know today like GF. You see, in 2009, George's younger cousin Jonathan Redding was sentenced to life plus 70 years on top of that for an execution-style murder of a bartender named John Henderson. Sadly, it was the result of a botched robbery at 327 Memorial Drive, a bar that used to be known as The Standard, but reopened as Augustine's Bar after it was closed. Not only were the Atlanta PD determined to put Jonathan behind bars for this tragic murder, but they were through after piecing together his 30 Deep affiliations, being indicted on top of the murder and robbery charges. This case being so notorious in the city where 30 Deep members would allegedly be responsible for a brutal shooting in broad daylight against a witness set to testify against Jonathan, where the witness ended up losing a leg.
Atlanta police are offering a reward in the search for the people accused of shooting two men, one of them a witness in an upcoming murder trial. Police say four men opened fire on February 5th with a high-powered weapon in broad daylight. The witness lost a leg in the shooting. That witness was set to testify against Jonathan Redding in the murder of Atlanta bartender John Henderson. Henderson was gunned down during a robbery back in 2009 at the Standard Bar.
In George Redding's case, he would originally be convicted with 2 consecutive life sentences after his alleged involvement in a 2007 shooting spree that would result in 2 deaths and 2 injuries.
Our viewers can look at your face and hear your voice. Did you kill Ronnie Pierce?
No, sir. I did not kill Ronnie Pierce.
How about Victor Hill, not the former sheriff, but another Victor Hill?
I never killed nobody. Never.
We interviewed George Redding in the Fulton County Jail, where we're told he's waiting trial for 2 2007 murders for the second time. Fulton County Deputy District Attorney Vince Fawcett. Will the Fulton County DA's office retry George Redding for the 2 murders?
Yes, we will. And that trial will happen July 8th of this year.
His attorney, Manny Aurora, says Redding's back in Fulton County custody and not in state prison because of an order filed in Butts County in December, in which Judge Robert L. Mack Jr. granted Redding's petition for habeas corpus, ruling Redding was entitled to a new trial and his convictions from a 2011 trial for the 2007 murders are vacated.
Although not officially named by authorities, it is believed that George's little cousin Jonathan knew he was already cooked and never coming home. With rumors on online threads discussing the city's street politics like Atlantology on Reddit, hinting that Jonathan took the blame for a body George was charged with, resulting in his punishment getting drastically reduced. George would ultimately end up avoiding a retrial and taking a plea deal resulting in a 25-year sentence with credit of 18 years already served. Due to a lack of evidence, including multiple witnesses and victims who ended up missing or refusing to cooperate altogether.
Instead of George Redding's retrial for the 2007 murders of Ronnie Pierce and Victor Hill, George Redding has pled guilty to 2 counts of voluntary manslaughter and a gun charge and been sentenced to 25 years with credit for nearly 18 years time served. A plea agreement with something for both sides, says Fulton County Deputy District Attorney Vincent Fawcett and Defense Attorney Manny Aurora.
His previous sentence was 2 life sentences consecutive plus 40 years. And had we lost on any of the murders alleged in this case, we would have most likely gotten life without parole.
You had one witness who's been missing for about 15 years, maybe not even alive.
That's correct. And all of our evidence in speaking with her family, we believe she was deceased.
Fawcett says one key witness had been hiding and another still evading testifying, and he expected a man in prison for another murder was going to claim responsibility for the Ronnie Pierce killing.
He had been previously convicted of gang activity, the same gang, 30 Deep.
But anyways, that just shows you the fatal consequences of victims who got involved with GF's original set 30 Deep, ranging from violent shooting sprees to deadly witness tampering to even execution-style murders of innocent victims who dare got in the way of their ruthlessness. But while George Keon Redding built a notorious reputation amongst the streets at an early age, that status would follow him behind bars. It is said by authorities that during the beginning of George's incarceration, carrying the title as the leader of Atlanta's most feared gang, George would also be a co-founder of the modern GF mob gang that began to become a real problem within the prison systems fast. Stated by authorities, the Goodfellas gang was structured after an Italian mob-style criminal organization, often depicted from the Prohibition Mafia gangster era, most likely inspired by the actual Goodfellas from the iconic 1990 gangster crime thriller titled the same name. The early members were formed in the notorious Fulton County Jail, also known as Rice Street, being located on 901 Rice Street northwest of the city, which quickly became known as one of the most dangerous and treacherous jails in America, like a nightmarish domain with living circumstances, becoming nearly uninhabitable under overcrowded conditions and brutal stabbings happening all across the dorms.
Yeah, the Fulton County Sheriff's Office says it is not unusual.
The same name. The early members were formed in the notorious Fulton County Jail, also known as Rice Street, being located on 901 Rice Street northwest of the city, which quickly became known as one of the most dangerous and treacherous jails in America, like a nightmarish domain with living circumstances, becoming nearly uninhabitable under overcrowded conditions and brutal stabbings happening all across the dorms.
Yeah, the Fulton County Sheriff's Office says it is not unusual to find knives in the county jail fashioned from metal, plexiglass, or other pieces of the jail building. But tonight, searchers in the shakedown found 2 knives that appeared to be new and store-bought.
This is our house. And we're going to show them tonight we're taking our house back.
Chicago, they've been throwing what they call them dookie shooters. If they had Glock dookies.
We're dealing with multiple problems here. We're dealing with drones that there's not many solutions out there that are delivering contraband. We're dealing with a building that's old and it's showing its age.
It is within these very conditions that a gang like GF was born. And in an environment like Rice Street, structure was like an aspiration in a world full of chaos. And they used that order accordingly, operating under rules, ranks, and positions within the broader organization, where capos are like the most respected. The shot callers, mostly consisting of OGs and families of renowned members, while dons operate below the capos, putting in work to up their rank within the empire, truly similar to how the actual old-school mob operated. An example of that would be from rapper Saw Baby's hit track Pull Up With a Stick, where he opens the track saying, "To love to the mob," an iconic saying within the gang before he raps he's with a couple capos and 100 fucking dons that went mega viral online, something I'll dive into later in the video. Originally, in order to get down with the crew, one must not be affiliated with any gang, or drop their flag, meaning denounce their current gang to be 100 fucking dons that went their current gang to be initiated. Within the gang before he raps he's with a couple capos and 100 fucking dons that one's devout thing I'll dive into later in the video. Originally, in order to get
White boys code. This nigga.
down with the crew, one must not be affiliated with any gang or drop their flag, meaning denounce their current gang to be initiated. This is a way of proving one's devout loyalty to the set, which even gets darker when some stories explain sometimes one must catch a body before completing their sentence to prove the mob is over everything in their life. And if you don't, then you would be handled yourself. A part of GF's initiation usually came with getting jumped into the gang for 76 seconds, a term which has become iconic with the mob, which actually formed into a branching set of GF, which also became iconic for fans to unknowingly disrespect when the face of Atlanta's crash outs. Rapper Baby Kia dropped his viral diss song Get Jiggy to crews like GF's 7-6 set.
A power line is more than a power line. It's maintaining the bottom line for small businesses.
Along with many other sets that would come to play like Third World, Hardbodied, and of course Slime Mob. The set of GF that would eventually be an alliance between YSL and GF members, with the likes of Young Thug and his brother Un Funk repping the set heavily, where members like 24 Heavy and Lil Keed went on to drop their hit track under the same name, shouting out their Slime Mob affiliations. Also featuring a prominent member in the Atlanta scene, Lil Marlow, the GF rapper who became Atlanta's biggest op, who I made an entire 2-hour video on, in which I'll get into later. A direct example of one's rise in the mob would play out through the career of buzzing underground Atlanta rapper Glock 40 Spaz, as fans documented his life in and out the Atlanta jail systems, who built a reputation in the city's music scene for his raw, unfiltered trap and rage sound while detailing his experiences in the streets with his crew EBG or Everyday Band Gang, which would result in one of the
I fuck with Glock 40, man. I mean, Glock 40 got some good music. Y'all tune in to the music, man. Got some good shit.
saddest cases tied to GF. See, real name Alexander Quezada. Glock was born in the Decatur area on the city's east side before moving to Gwinnett for the majority of his teenage years, and early on throughout his career, he would originally claim the notorious Chicago native 4CH or Four Corner Hustlers gang many people didn't even know was in Georgia, alongside other notable faces in EBG like Velli, Sumo, Baby Solid Glock's former best friend but currently fell out, and Lil EBG, a GF figure who's also become controversial not only within Glock's circle but Atlanta being involved in such a tragic case at a very young age, as well as going viral multiple times online for niggas hanging around endorsing.
Damn, I think that's the young nigga that killed his sister, like, or something like that.
What visually looked like a 5-year-old toting sticks bigger than him in music videos. Throughout the stages of 2019 to 2021, Glock and the EBG crew grinded for their position in the city's underground hip-hop scene with songs like Home Alone, The High Table, and of course Round Here and Still Young Pablo, where Lil EBG's presence rapping Glock's verses word for word were like the highlights of the videos. However, it wasn't until a single incident that occurred one night that would change the trajectory of Glock's life forever. You see, on July 2nd of 2021, Glock along with others including EBG member Velli were involved in a carjacking in Milton County at a location authorities have yet to reveal. Apparently there were a group of 5 suspects who authorities believed knew the victim. They stopped at the robbery location by coincidence, where the suspects reportedly jacked the victim's Mercedes C300, physically assaulted him, and stole several other items. All 5 suspects were armed, one of them with a rifle, according to the victim. The Milton Police Department would later go on to release mugshots of 3 of the suspects they arrested a month after the incident, showing Glock and Velli in custody. It is from this moment where Glock stopped claiming his former 4CH affiliations and fans would begin hearing him rep the Goodfellas mob heavily in his music and overall brand. It is unknown the circumstances, but Glock was rumored to have been transferred to the Fulton County Jail from Milton County, and that's when Glock would get tied in with GF Capo Jew Glizzy, who put Glock and Velli onto the mob, which the affiliations would later spread throughout the EBG crew once the duo were released. However, as much as Glock shouts out Jew Glizzy in his music, most fans can't help but look at the nigga with a side eye once finding out Jew Glizzy's outrageous charges with dude being a convicted who escaped prison with accomplices. Now look, I get this man is a respected capo of the gang, But when niggas begin going around graping innocent women, there should be a line between rank and morals. But
now you out here touching little boys, damn it. Wrong.
once Spaz was released, the Goodfellas mob became essential to his brand, as I stated, eventually going on to get the Goodfellas logo tattooed on his stomach and proceeded to drop more hits while growing more in the scene.
What gang you in? So what's the deal with the Goodfellas tattoo on your stomach?
Some good guy.
And amongst Glock and his crew's new resurgence, they would take a tragic loss with someone very close to them. 14-year-old Kira Scott, who was the blood brother of Lil EBG, who was present and was the suspected gunman who accidentally took his sister's own life. Apparently, it was the result of a botched gun deal that took place in a home in the 3200 block of Vicky Lane on December 1st of 2021, where Lil EBG was building ghost guns and looking to sell them. The other suspect, the buyer who robbed Lil EBG, was a man named Yusuf MacArthur L.
King Von.
And while he thought he got away with finessing a little kid, that's when Lil EBG suddenly drew his weapon and opened fire, accidentally hitting his sister in the crossfire.
And your old brother admitted to shooting his sister.
Sheriff Pounds tells us it happened during a robbery at the home. The sheriff says the brother was allegedly making and selling weapons, and a sale that day went bad.
He made a weapon. Folks that he made it for come to pick that weapon up. And the robbery took place, so they was trying to rob him and take the gun instead of purchasing the gun, and that's exactly what happened.
Police were initially called to the home, but were rerouted to a gas station a few blocks away by the family, most likely knowing the illegal guns that were in their home. And sadly, this would be the location that Kira would sadly lose her life.
About the heartache his community must now deal with. 14-year-old Kyra Scott died at this Marathon gas station on Stewart Mill Road Saturday afternoon after authorities say family members drove her here after she was shot at her home on Vicky Lane, less than a mile from the gas station.
It was definitely a sad scene. Everybody had their jaws dropped.
This Marathon gas station on Stewart Mill Road in Douglas County was the backdrop to an emotional scene Saturday.
And it was two women. They were in the backside passenger seat. Couldn't tell what they were doing, but then probably 30 seconds later, I got out of my car, got a little closer. They pulled a young girl out who happened to look like she was about 10 to 13 years old, something around that area.
Jaquan Strong was at the gas station when the family sped into the parking lot, claiming the girl had been shot.
When they pulled her out, she was lifeless. You could tell she wasn't breathing. She had a little brother who was, irate. He was just going crazy, seeing his, sister, not breathing. He was, crying. He was screaming. He was saying, "Don't die, don't die."
Lil EBG would be charged with his sister's death as well as the robber, spending years behind bars where Glock and his fan base instantly began to constantly scream, "Free Lil EBG," online, which would eventually become a reality later on when he was released in December of 2025. And not too long after Kira would sadly lose her life. The EBG crew would take her another L when Glock would end up getting arrested again the following year in the peak of his career on another robbery. Because on June 29th of 2022, Glock was accused of robbing a fan in the parking lot of a Cube Smart building, with many rumors alleging the fan was actually a plug who snitched and didn't want to get in trouble with law enforcement. Apparently, the victim just wanted to hang with one of his favorite rappers before it all went wrong when allegedly Glock and an accomplice got into the rear seats of the victim's car who told them where to meet up, which led to guns allegedly being drawn and the suspects demanding all the money and that they'll shoot. Glock was later picked up on this as well, leading to the infamous mugshot many people might have seen online, regardless of if you know him or not.
That's you?
Yeah.
I guess that's however many, data points it has you at when you're stationary.
Data points, yeah.
Yeah. How long you're there and the address you're at, right?
What date? Wait, what's the exact date?
June 29th, right here.
Yeah, I don't think so, sir.
Why's that?
Because I wasn't there.
But your ankle monitors got you there.
But I was
Bro, you can't play that game. Come on, man.
That's the crazy
You can't
thing.
play that game, bro.
What you mean play that
What,
game?
you take your monitor off and give it to somebody and put it back on?
What y'all trying to do, the little reverse psychology?
Bro, this is
Dude, I'm
back
serious.
there, man.
Look. Alright, Fulton County Jail Project. That's who has the
I know, I
contract,
see
right?
it. But what does this mean? That's what I'm trying to
This
say.
means that you were over in Buford on June 29th.
What does that mean, though?
That means that you were physically at this location.
Physically there, what does that mean?
And Glock's days in the Fulton County Jail would be leaked online by platforms like Chirac's History, showing Glock getting caught with contraband, who seems comfortable in his environment, making light of his situation.
Make sure there's no drugs in the pack. You saying nigga.
Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Drop that off for us. Go in the room.
As well as a video that would be one of the most random things of all time, with Glock being removed from the deck after play fighting with iconic Chirac producer Young Chop. And during the days leading up to his release, Glock would document his own life in the jail, recording himself in his cell and showing GF tags all over his walls.
Yeah, y'all stop talking about my hair for around with y'all pussy ass niggas. The real. Yeah, great.
They talking about a nigga ain't getting out. They talking about a nigga caught an extra 5 years. They talking about baby woe broke, talking about baby woe locked up, baby woe ain't talking about nothing. Man, I'm not studying none of that shit, man. Hey, man, BS shit, man, for real. And them boys outside, on game, yeah. And I'm at Rice Street, yeah, and I just, y'all fat for real, the real one.
Anyways, Glock's story, along with the EBG crew, made them some of the biggest Goodfellas-affiliated rappers in the city, with Lil EBG's story particularly standing out, highlighting the tragic consequences from the streets that can sadly drag adolescents
Glad he young, but that jail shit ain't for nobody, bro. Shit ain't cool, y'all. Stay out of jail.
into the lifestyle. Another sad example of youths being involved with the mob made rounds all across social media in 2023, when 9-year-old Lil RT blew up in the city's rap scene after a video of him freestyling went viral online.
And she suck a dick. That bitch, she gonna get the fuck out by my shit. Run around, hit her with lock, take a fucker down, turn around, we in that kill. We gonna take him down. Okay. Get behind me. We gonna do she's fucking mouth.
The clip became a massive hit, with everyone and they mama wondering who badass Lil Kid this was and where's his parents. His family and those close to him saw the potential using the buzz he created and capitalized off it, eventually turning the freestyle into a full song that skyrocketed Lil RT's popularity as an influencer, being featured in YouTube videos, interviews, and eventually unlocking doors to feature on songs with other local big rappers, even featuring on streams with massive streamers like Kai Cenat. However, once Lil RT was took under the wing by buzzing GF Atlanta drill artist at the time, Lil Tony, Lil RT's backstory started becoming more clear to some, with others putting together the pieces. Being seen around essential GF members hailing from a set of the mob known as 345, something RT would also make publicly known in the 60 Miles video, while also shooting the video in their main hood. And within the same span, we begin seeing multiple other faces from the 345 GF set making names and even being involved in some of the wildest acts of violence of teens in the city. Takai Elijah Key, better.
We ain't gonna watch this whole video, yo, man. We're gonna watch a little, like, probably like 20 more minutes or so. 20 minutes. Wrap it up. It's a good video, though. We're gonna have to do a part 2 or something. We're gonna get back to this.
Known as Lil Tony, has become a main example of another buzzing rapper from the city with secret GF affiliations. See, born in the Bluff, an infamous drug-infested slum in the city's Zone 1 area northwest of the city that's become immortalized in Atlanta's culture with mini docs like Snow on the Bluff.
I see it in your face. I got the good stuff.
All right, now.
Cocaine, pills, whatever you want.
That's pretty much.
You got
exactly
extra?
what I want.
You got rolls? Okay, camera cool, ain't that y'all ain't no goddamn police.
No.
So you want 2 8-ball, and you want the 2 what's name, right?
Well.
Yeah, 10 rolls. Yeah, 10 rolls, 2 8-ball.
I can try.
Yeah, try this. Hey, don't you?
Tony eventually moved to the SWATs, or Southwest Atlanta, as well as areas like Riverdale and East Point, where he would eventually meet another notable face in the scene early on, Lil Birdie. A rapper from the south side of the city from an older reputable crew called 2 to 20 or Second to None. 220 being a crew affiliated with the ISBF blood set or Imperial South blood family that gained reputation on the city's south for raising hell during earlier days, as you can find music videos made by the OGs on YouTube dating back to 2011. This would be Tony's original circle before the fallout. Falling together under a music group Tony created called PCF, or Paper Chasing Family. Lil Tony and Birdie were considered one of the city's most promising duos with hits like Lost My Top, Shoot Up the Party, and of course, Gen 5. However, that hype was short-lived when fans began noticing Tony and Birdie became distant, not really being seen around each other, and the sudden stop of music, as rumors began surfacing that Lil Birdie stole a Draco from Lil Tony, something that was exposed by deceased Huncho affiliate and TB member BB on Instagram, with Tony later going on to go live to address the allegations, calling them cap.
See that right there? I can take a picture with every gun they say I ain't got, right? Y'all niggas start with this dick round and all this cap shit. I don't even go to racetrack. Like, what the fuck? Y'all boy be lying like hell. Stop making up fake rumors about a nigga. Just cause you don't like me, gang, come get some straightening. If you don't like me, come get some straightening. I be through the city everywhere. I promise. Start with the dick round. Y'all nigga act like faggots, putting my name in songs, trying to at me and shit like for some clout. And y'all nigga don't even be speaking on real life shit. Y'all need to be lying.
With Birdie later going on to go live himself to tell his side of the story, hinting that Tony might have actually been the one who allegedly slimed him over a gun first.
Slime shit, nigga try to slime me gang. I'ma just use a scenario. We ain't gonna put no names on this, right? Let's just say one of your partners, y'all trade guns, right? But a nigga lose your shit, gang. Nigga lose your shit, gang. And then he try to give you a high point for your shit. I'm just using the scenario.
But whatever the case was, the speculation would continue to linger after multiple videos of Tony and Birdie's beef kept surfacing online, including a screen recording someone took of a live that appears to be the two niggas linking up to shoot at each other.
I might be in the middle. I got on 50 shots with me. Cool though, get what though, after I let the hell pump off me, you ain't even gonna need nothing else. Say less, watch this. This shit a game for real. Yeah, this shit is a game, but this shit card. I'm finna show you I'm finna show you the new attachments I just unlocked. You ain't got no damn attachment. Shut the fuck up. I'm finna let you ride on your black ass. Come, let me show you these new attachments, gang. Where you at? Where you at, gang? Where you at?
Lil Tony again seemingly addressing the situation in his hit song Hot, where Tony states he found out his mans wasn't really his mans and someone stabbed him in the back and left the knife. But tensions would continue to grow when Birdie released a video of himself walking into a store trying to ban Lil Tony from coming back.
Stuff that, you know. Hey, brother. That light-skinned nigga was just in here buying woods and shit. The light-skinned nigga with the tattoos and shit. Yeah. Tell his ass don't come up here about no more woods, gang. You keep doing all that dissing and shit, bro. Like, you tripping. Who you dissing? You dissing the birds, gang. Tell him don't do that. Tell him don't come here about no more woods or it's gonna go down right here. On bro. Ain't no more business for him up here. You feel me? That boy say TK can't get no more woods from well. Nigga, this my city. Show pussy ass up, boy. Tell the nigga pull out a 10.
All out late 2023, it is then where Lil Tony could be seen hanging around essential GF members from the 345 set that formed off the section of apartments on Lanier Street on Simpson Road, rebranding his PCF label and seeing potential with buzzing faces rising from 345 like Lil RT. Eventually taking him under his wing as RT's older brother figure.
But like I say, I just met Lil RT. He been like this, you see what I'm saying? And I can't even say, you know, it's his fault. This is just where he come from. You can't blame Lil bro. Like, he from the hood. He ain't seen rainbows and all this bullshit everybody be talking about. You feel me? Lil bro see real life shit. So he a fast young man.
He grew up fast as hell,
exactly.
yeah.
But now I got him under my wing, so I'm gonna have him doing the right things and shit. You feel me? But I can't stop certain shit that he used to. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I try to tell Lil bro, I try to help Lil bro as much as I can, but I'm not his father.
Lil Tony would also affiliate himself with Faces as well as PCF Kari, a 14-year-old 345 affiliate who many believed was tragically shot dead a year ago during a double shooting, even getting prayers and wishes from Lil RT.
Good evening to you. Investigators say it started as a large fight with up to 10 people involved, ending in bullets, leaving 2 teens shot and one of them dead.
But luckily, Kari survived and popped out a year later on IG, looking like a zombie, letting his fans know he's all right.
It's your boy PCL Car, man. For all my fans, man, I want y'all boy know I'm still living. I got a tape drop. With that big drop, need y'all boy to get that bit up there.
However, Lil Tony's life would begin to change for the better after he experienced a similar situation. Being shot several times, something Tony recently came out to talk about.
I got shot sometimes.
7?
Yeah.
You survived?
I got shot sometimes after reading the book of Revelation, in the book of Revelation. And I had to curse my daddy. Yeah, like I had to, you know, I cussed as well.
Tony was allegedly shot during the peak of his beef with another set of GF affiliates known as CASKET Gang. Most familiar to some with faces in the crew like Lil Throwed 5, who went viral for his charges and allegedly put buzzing rapper Rack Baby's head in a toilet in Fulton County. As well as CASKET Gang's top rapper Lil Meat, who seemingly first had issues with Lil Birdie. But the beef still continued even after the duo split up.
They got that boy legs dangling in the air. That boy shit finna come down. Y'all boy see that boy leg come down? This shit get real. Yeah, as I was saying, ain't no nigga did shit. Lil Birdie ran when I seen his ass hopped at the car his shit on God. All that called his stick, that boy Lil Birdie. $70 parking lot.
Which would lead to Lil Meat dissing Tony heavily throughout the early stages of his career, even going as far to diss Lil RT for hanging around Lil Tony.
Lil Tony gonna get Lil RT whoop, take on my building, spank his ass. You gonna see me Lil L hop out with stick and break the glass.
Becoming a controversial figure within the early Atlanta drill scene for beefing with the whole city while fans hysterically made fun of Dude's name, essentially becoming a meme within Atlanta's underground. But his name would, however, stem from his dad, Big Meat, who passed away early on during his life. His mother going on to state the deep reality of trauma within these communities, as she mentions he used to watch the news videos over and over. CASKET Gang would also be closely tied in with another popping GF set who I covered in my previous video known as 4-Way, sometimes going by 8L to rep the Bankhead neighborhood they hail from. Formed after the death of their homeboy Zell, their main rappers Teflon Zay and Zone 1 Eric would be the faces pushing this movement in the alliance between CASKET Gang. 4-Way members would become viral all over the internet when a video of what appears to be a 4-Way member shooting an op for claiming 4-Way K made rounds across social media.
He got me, I ain't doing shit. He got me. Oh, he been shot that boy ass. Oh shit, watch out, chill out, watch out. Oh, yo, he shot you gang on the ass. Oh, watch out, gang.
But while the CASKET Gang and 4-Way crew were busy dissing Tony, Tony had his own problems to worry about, including multiple run-ins with the law, as well the incident in the LA hills that went viral on the internet where Lil Tony claimed he seen a demon trying to initiate him into the Illuminati.
That shit can't be real. That's real, bro. This nigga serious? This nigga serious? Yeah, that's how we move over here. Hey, gang.
I'm like, oh, hell no, I'm cooked. I'm like, these niggas finna kill me, gang. Alright, so I'm like, alright, I ain't got no blick. So you gotta think, I ain't got no blick. All I can do is fight. So I'm like, damn. Well, I'm cooked. So then, I tell the nigga, I'm like, hey, bro, take me to McDonald's. Once I see him bust the right, I'm like, take me to McDonald's. He like, it's on my mama, this on my daughter, gang. That nigga face open up. His face changed, like, he like, we not finna take you to no fucking McDonald's. We flew you up here. My mama like, face open up and everything, gang, cause it was 3 Asian niggas, you see what I'm saying? His face open up. My mama like, on some alien shit.
It is from these range of experiences that fans seen the gradual shift from troubled drill rapper to a rapper spreading the word of God. Lil Tony rebranded his image to focus on a more positive route, which would be the best thing for his career. Eventually cutting all public ties to his gang affiliations and changing the PCF brand to an independent record label collective known as Royal La Familia. But if you know GF's history, then you know that that might have not been the case at all. With La Familia being another name the GF mob went by according to authorities, suggesting that Tony may have not fully moved on from the lifestyle that almost got him killed in the first place. But anyways, another clique that would be affiliated with the 345 set of Goodfellas was a crew of young niggas called Tragic Gang or Tragic 5, a crew that silently played a deadly role behind the scenes of Atlanta's gang riot.
Alright, y'all, man, we're gonna have to tune back into this. I appreciate y'all tuning in with me, man, watching this shit, man. This shit crazy, though. It's a good video, man. It's a good video on these Atlanta beefs that's going on in their city, man. But, yeah, man. Like and subscribe on Who Invited, bro. It's your boy Wham, and I'm out. Tune in. So baby, hop on and go crazy. I'm doing some weird words, no nigga. Pussy with hot like I'm paying. Won't have a baby.